we're going to just talk a little bit about gluing the felts, just so we think it through. By the way, I have my center felts here marked with black markings, and the 137s here. The fatter ones actually are going to go, that's a center felt, you see, and then that's a front felt there. They're a little thinner, and they're going to go here. So I have them separated with color coding, red and black, because you'd be surprised. I mean, you know, when you do this hour after hour, you can become confused, and you might put the wrong felt in the wrong place, and it does happen. So here's some of the things. First of all, I have PVC-E glue from Howard Piano Industries, which is a glue which has the characteristic that, kind of like hide glue, it's even lighter than that, it will release with moisture and heat. So the next person can get these out easily enough. And I could if I don't like the way that they sit in there. So that's one little thing that we're going to need, and the applicator is going to be this. And then you always need something to put the glue on while you manipulate it with your toothpick. And what I use are index cards, which I just throw away as they get dirty. But it gives me a nice clean place for my glue. And the placement of these, by the way, I also want a screwdriver, a little one like this, to help me place the glue. So I'll have this and this, and so that I can see them quickly, I'll put them on a card. The trick is to apply glue. See, the felt doesn't go down very far. It goes to here. And then up to this edge. That's teeny weeny, okay? And this one starts down here, comes up and wraps over. So they are not particularly large. Normally what people do is they put them in a little bit long, and then, you know, you can, let's say, cut them off over here, because your jack will stick into that hole a little bit, and then you can run a razor blade and cut them. I have the problem where I have probably just enough, if I'm careful, of the felts for back here, and I kind of have extras for the ones up here, but I can't really waste any of this material without having to reorder, so I have that issue to deal with. And so I'm going to, now to make your felt stick, you cut it to the right size, and to do that you have a pair of scissors, and then you apply glue to the wood, and you apply glue to the side of the felt. And then I take, and I'll touch them to both sides, and I'll take and insert the correct, this is my jack, I'll put it in, and I'll kind of wiggle it in, and then pull it out a little bit and make sure that those things come up to the top, the felts come to the top of this square hole. And that's how it's done. Now this one I've got to wrap. You see, it's got to come around and wrap a little bit. So I'll push it into position and then take and test it. And I may wiggle it a little bit with the screwdriver just to get it to seat in there properly. And then with the jacks in place, it will be set to dry. This job certainly does not require gloves. Actually, in this case, it's probably better without them, just because it's such fine work. But I do think that it can be a good idea to have a headlamp to provide additional illumination like this. And so I'll kind of put this on my head like this. Turn the light on, it gives me a little extra light. Okay, so now the next one, we're going to cut the felt and lay it in.